Hello everybody, it's standard 6, subject is English, unit number 1, laughter, section number 2, Hanuman and I. So today we are going to start the chapter. Today's date, as we have already completed the hard words, let's check out one more time. Hard words only words. The very first word is accompaniment. The first word is accompaniment. 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 Its meaning is music that is played to support singing or another instrument, that is known as accompaniment. Okay. So while playing music, if somebody is supporting with the musical instrument in the music, so that is known as accompaniment. Okay, the next word is band. B-A-N-E, band. Band means something that causes trouble or make people unhappy. Okay, that is known as band. That is known as band. So band, B-A-N-E, band. Band means something that causes trouble or make people unhappy. That is known as band. Okay. The next word is brilliant. Brilliant. B-R-I-L-L-I-A-N-T. Brilliant. Brilliant means extremely clever or impressive. Extremely clever or impressive. That is known as brilliant. Okay. The next word is contracted. The next word is contracted. C-O-N-T-R-A-C-T-E-D. Contracted. Contracted means caught and ill. Caught and ill. That is known as contracted. The next word disappointed. The next word is disappointed. D-I-S-A-P-P-O-I-N-T-E-D. Disappointed. Its meaning is upset because something you hoped for has not happened. Okay. Suppose if you hoped anything, and if according to your hope, according to your wish, is not happened, then you will feel disappointed. Okay. The next word is dismay. Dismay. Dismay means a worried feeling after one has received an unpleasant surprise. That is known as dismay. D-I-S-M-A-Y. Dismay. Dismay means a worried feeling after one has received an unpleasant surprise. Okay, that is known as dismay. The next word doubtfully. The next word is doubtfully. 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 Doubtfully means not sure or uncertain about some fact, that is known as doubtfully. The next word is enact. Page number. The next word is enact. 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 To perform play, to perform a play or act a part in a play, that is known as enact. Suppose if you will perform any kind of play, if you will take part in that play, that is known as enact. The next one, immortal. The next word is immortal. Immortal means that lives or lasts forever. That lives forever. That is known as immortal. Okay, which cannot die. Who cannot die? Immortal. 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 The next word is infuriated. The next word is infuriated. Means angry. Okay. Infuriated means angry. The next word, injured. The next word is injured. Injured. INTRUDE. Injured. Injured means go somewhere where you are not allowed. Okay, suppose if somebody will say, please don't go outside. If your mama or papa say, will say that don't go outside, and if you will go outside, that is known as injured. The next word, kneeled. Kneeled. Kneeled means moved into a position where your body is supported to your knees. That is known as kneeled. Okay. The next word, numb. The next word is numb. N-U-M-B. Numb. Numb means one cannot feel anything due to cold or shock, any specific part of the body. That is known as numb. Okay. The next word, overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means had a strong emotional effect on somebody. That is known as overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means having a strong emotional effect, okay, on somebody. That is known as overwhelmed. Next, prompting. 50 number. Prompting means reminding the acts what the words are if they forget their lines. That is known as Prompting. Prompting means to forget their lines, whatever the dialogues has been given, whatever the things has been given, and if he or she will be forget anything, that is known as prompting. Okay, the next word, funny. P-U-N-Y. Funny. Funny means small and weak. Small and weak. The next word, shrill. Shrill. Shrill means very high and loud sound in an unpleasant way. That is known as shrill. Okay, that is known as shrill. Staged. Stage. Stage means organized and presented a play or an event for people to see. Suppose if there will be an annual day, so the students will perform. Yes, you will perform on the stage, right? So for your performance, we will make or we will build a stage, right? Any kind of cultural activity where you are performing on the stage, so that is known as stage. Next, 19 number, squeaky. 19 number, squeaky. S-Q-U-E-A-K-Y. Squeaky. Squeaky means a short high sound, that is known as squeaky. Okay. The next word, startled. The next word is startled. Startled means surprise. Startled means surprise. Okay. So here, these are the words. Let me remind you one more time. Accompaniment, then, brilliant, contracted, disappointment, dismay, doubtfully, inept, immortal, infuriated, intuit, needed, numbed, overwhelmed, prompting, funny, shrill, staged, squeaky, starter. Okay, so these are the words. Let's check out some more new words. The next word is number, terribly. Terribly means extremely. Terribly means extremely. Okay. T-E-R-R-I-B-L-Y. Terribly. Terribly means extremely. The next word, timidly. The next word is timidly. Timidly. Timidly means shyly and nervously. That is known as timidly. Okay. The next word is Thunderous means thunderous means loud, very loud, defining, very loud, defining. That is known as thunderous. Thunderous spelling Thunderous. Thunderous. The next word is towering over. The next word is towering over. Being much higher than the people or things near. That is known as towering over. Okay. The next word, 25 number, last word. Unceremoniously. Unceremoniously means in a rough or rude way. Okay, that is known as unceremoniously. Unceremoniously. That is known as in a rough or rude way. So these are the hard words. These are our hard words. So dear students, this one you have to write it down one time in your notebook, words with meaning. Now let's start the section number 2, Hanuman and I. Hanuman and I, which is on a page number 15. Okay, which is on a page number 15. Hanuman and I. We all dreamed of performing lead or at least important roles on the stage. So, in our life, as a student, maybe right now you are as a student, right? So, as a student, anywhere, anytime, is there any cultural activity during that time you want to play or you want to perform the main role, right? Main role or leading role or an important role on the stage. Suppose if you are, if we are celebrating, for example, annual day. So while performance, you want at least your important role to perform on the stage. So here is a story about Hanuman and I. Here in this story also there is an author who wants to perform the important role. Okay, what happens when this dream role comes to us? At last moment and we are not prepared for it. Okay, so suppose if an important role has been given to you, suppose while annual day program, in the cultural activity, maybe any act or any drama you have to perform, and during that time if you are performing any kind of act or any kind of drama, during that time, suppose if any main role has been given it to you, main role means an important role has been given it to you, and during that time, suppose if suddenly or if you are not able to perform that main role, then what will happen? This whole story is about. Okay, so let's start. And suppose if on the spot somebody has told to you that you have to perform this role or main role, then how you will feel and what you will do? This whole story is about. Okay, preparations had begun for our school annual day. So In this story, the preparation was going on. The preparation was going on as the annual day has came in the school. So all the preparations were going on. Okay, two plays were to be staged. So there were two plays were be staged. Okay, so that two plays they have to perform on the stage. The senior section was to enact. So senior section has to enact the Merchant of Venice. Senior has to perform what? Merchant of the Venice. And the junior section, the story of Rama. Okay, and junior section, what they have to perform? The story of Rama. Okay, so here, as the annual day was going on, days has came nearer, very nearer, as this was the school. So in the school, what was there? Annual day, and because of that there was some drama. Okay, there was some play, and that they have to perform on the stage. So seniors have to perform the Merchant of Venice, and the junior section has to perform the story of Rama. Okay, I was hoping, so the author was hoping with all my heart that the drama teacher would include me in the cast. Okay, so she was hoping, the author was hoping that the drama teacher will keep her, in any kind of drama, in any kind of play, in any kind of situation. If any role has been given, any role will be provided to her. She was just hoping. I have never acted in the play, but was sure that once on the stage I would give a brilliant performance. So before it, she has never ever performed any kind of drama. She has never ever taken part in such kind of drama. But as any kind of situation will be given, or any kind of task will be given, or a teacher will give it to her, any kind of role, then she is ready to give her best. So she is telling, I will give my brilliant performance. Okay, suppose if I will tell you to take part in any kind of play, will you take or not? Yes, you will take part, right? So here the author wants to take any kind of performance, any kind of drama. She wants to take part in the drama. Okay, and she is also telling that suppose if my teacher will keep me in the drama, I will give my brilliant performance. Okay, so the next part is Radhika, the prettiest girl in our class, would certainly get Sita's role. Okay, so Radhika was the prettiest girl in the class, and that is why she certainly got the Sita's role. Who got? Radhika. Okay, Radhika was the prettiest girl in their class, and she got Sita's role. Okay, since I was shorter than Radhika and had a shrill voice. Okay, then what happened? The author was shorter than Radhika. Okay, she was short and she had shrill voice. I could not hope to be Rama. But I wouldn't mind being Rama's brother Lakshmana, I decided. Then he also told that if I am not telling that I will get the Rama's character, but if I will get the brother of Rama, Lakshmana's role, then also it is okay. I went around for a few days, imagining myself on the stage. So for a few days, she was just imagining that yes, one day I will be on the stage. I will be any kind of play or any kind of character I will perform. She was just imagining herself on the stage with a bow and arrow slung on my shoulder, with a bow and arrow slung on her shoulder, giving a brilliant performance as Lakshmana. So she was just thinking that I will have a bow and arrow on my shoulder and I will give definitely very brilliant performance of Lakshmana. Okay, she was thinking like that. How surprised my parents would be that if I will give this kind of performance, then my parents, obviously, as it was the annual day. So, and at annual day time, your parents are coming to see you or not? Yes, they are coming, right? So, if she is also thinking that if I will perform or I will take part in the drama, if I will become Lakshmana and if I will give my brilliant performance, then my parents will be too much happy, na? Suppose if you have taken part in dance or any kind of cultural activity, and if your parents will look you, then how you feel? Your parents also will feel, yes, my child has taken part, right? They will feel very happy, right? So like that, she is also thinking that if I will perform like Lakshmana's role, and my parents, if they will look, how they will feel? They will feel very good. They will feel very proud and happy, right? How surprised my parents would be. I could almost hear my father saying, imagine we had such a talented daughter and we didn't have even realized it. Then they will think that yes, we have very talented daughter, right? My parents will think that yes, as she is performing that Lakshmana's role, her parents will think that yes, we have a brilliant daughter, right? They will think like that. I was terribly disappointed. I was terribly disappointed when the drama teacher smiled and said, I have a role for you. Okay, I have a role for you. Drama teacher is telling to her that I have a role for you. You will be one of the monkeys in a Vanasena. Now see. I was terribly disappointed when the drama teacher smiled and said, I have a role for you. You will be one of the monkeys in a Vanasena. Now see. Actually, our author wants to become what? Lakshmana, right? But now the drama teacher is telling to her that I have a role for you, and what is that? One of the Vanasena. So she has to become one of the monkey in the Vanasena. So now because of that I was terribly disappointed. So because of this she was terribly disappointed. Okay, why? Because she wants to become Lakshmana. She wants to give her brilliant performance as Lakshmana, but the teacher has given which kind of role? One of the monkey in a Vanasena. Okay, so this was the role given by the teacher. Now let's see what is happened to her. Can't I at least get the role of Hanuman? Asked Tarimli. I asked timidly. So she asked to drama teacher that, ma'am or sir, may I become at least Hanuman? She asked her like this. Okay, then no, your voice is too squeaky, was the teacher's reply. Now teacher has given reply that no, beta, you cannot become one of the Hanuman you can't become. Why? Because your voice is too squeaky. Okay, your voice is too squeaky, and that is why you cannot become one of the monkey. You cannot become Hanuman. Okay, you cannot become Hanuman as your voice is too squeaky. So that was the teacher's reply. Our rehearsals began the next day. All I had to do, along with the 7 other girls, was to jump up and down and shout Jai Rama, Jai Hanuman in the chorus. Okay, chorus. So what they have to do? the rehearsal was going on. Now the rehearsal time has came, and what they have to do, they have to, our rehearsals begins the next day. Next day the rehearsals has been begun, started, and all I had to do, along with the seven other girls, there were seven other girls, they were also become monkey. Okay, seven other girls was to jump up. They have to jump up. They have to jump up and down, up and down, and they have to shout Jai Rama, Jai Hanuman. They have to shout like this in the chorus. Okay, so this was the role of our author. Finally, the great day arrived. Okay, finally the great day arrived. We were all very excited. We were all very excited. Okay, they were very excited. I had to wear a red shirt, red pant, red vest, and a monkey mask. Okay, so she has to wear this kind of costumes. Okay, so she has to wear, I had to wear a red shirt, a red pant, a red vest, and a monkey's mask. Okay, she has to wear like this. We were dressing up when the Chowkidar handed a note to the teacher. Okay, so now when they were dressing up, when they were having some costume, during that time Chowkidar has came and she has given, Chowkidar has given a note to the teacher. What was there? She read it aloud, and the note the teacher has read aloud. Dear madam, I am very sorry to inform you that Alka has contracted muscles and has been running a high temperature since morning. Sorry, she will not be able to act in the play. Now see what happened. A Chowkidar is giving a note to the teacher, and in the note it has written that because of Alka's bad health, as she has temperature, as she has muscle pain, so she cannot perform. Since morning she is ill, so that is why, because of the temperature and because of the muscles pain, she will not be able to perform in the play, or she will not able to act in the play. So Alka was to play Hanuman. Now see, from the beginning our author wants to become what? Hanuman. Lakshmana, right? But as madam has given, or as the teacher has given, drama teacher has given the role of one of the monkey in a Vanasena. All the rehearsals also were now at the time of performing, at the time of on the annual day time. Suddenly a surprise has happened. A surprise they got, and what was the surprise? That Alka is not coming because of her illness. So now Alka has to perform the drama. Alka has to perform as the character of Hanuman, but Hanuman, she will not come because of her illness. So now what happened? Alka was to play Hanuman. So Hanuman's role, who will perform now? Okay, the teacher looked around in dismay and her eyes fell on me. So teacher was looking that now who will perform the role of Hanuman, and suddenly teacher's eyes fall on her. On her means our author. Look here, she said doubtfully. You won't be able to. You wanted to be Hanuman. You think, can you manage? Now teacher is telling, you want to become Hanuman, right? So now can you manage the role of Hanuman? She is telling to our author. My dream was suddenly coming true. Okay, so what was the dream? As soon as she listened that she has to perform the role of one of the monkey in the Vanasena, now see what she wants. She wants that at least Hanuman I want to become. But that time the opportunity has not been given. Right now the opportunity has came. So her dream comes true, like her dream comes true. So it was quite overwhelmed. Of course, I can, I said confidently. Even if I forget, I can always think of something else. Okay, so she has just accepted the opportunity. She has accepted that yes, I will perform. Okay, I will perform. Even if I will forget anything, then also I will try my best, try my level best to perform the Hanuman, the role of Hanuman. Oh no, she said, you shall certainly not do any such thing. I shall be prompting from my wings. Okay, so she said, you don't worry about it. Oh no, she said, you shall certainly not do anything such thing. So, if you will forget, this should not be happen. You should not say anything. You should not say different thing. If you forget anything, you should not say other thing. I shall be prompting from my wings. Okay, I will tell you from my wings. I will tell you. Then on the page number 16, all you have to do, all you have to do is repeat what I say. Okay, she is telling you all have to do whatever I am telling. You have to repeat. I say, and for God's sake, don't mumble, speak as loud as you can. Okay, then she is telling, whatever I am going to tell you, that you have to speak in a loud voice. Okay, in a loud voice you have to tell, and don't mumble, don't speak slowly. You just speak as loud as you can speak. As the curtains went up, the third scene, I was pushed on the stage to the accompaniment of drums. Okay, as soon as the curtain went up, she has pushed on the stage. I almost fell on my eyes. I almost fell on my eyes for some times. I could not see a thing. I could not see a thing. The drums were echoing in my ears. The drums were echoing in my ears. Okay, so too much noise was echoing in her ears, and my hands and feet were cold and numb. Okay, and her feet and her hand and her feet were numbed. I opened my mouth to say my lines, but my throat was dry. Okay, actually she wants to say anything, but she wants to speak the dialogue, but her throat has been dry and couldn't remember and her dialogue also she has forget. So what has happened, as soon as her turn has came, as soon as she has came on the stage, she becomes nervous. Why? Because she had some stage fear, maybe, right? So because of the stage fear, she forgot everything. She forgot her dialogue. As soon as she wants to speak anything, her throat was become dry and her hands and feet were become numb. Okay, so this thing has happened to her. Now, thankfully, I heard my teacher reading out my lines again and again. So thankfully, my teacher was reading her line. Her line means that Hanuman's line, that author's line. Again and again she was reading, but I began repeated whatever she said without realizing what I was saying. So without listening or without saying, or I began repeating, she has just started to begin repeat whatever she said without realizing what I was saying. So whatever she was saying without any kind of realizing, she has just started to speak. I kneeled it in front of Rama. I kneeled it in front of Rama, telling him with folded hands that I was his faithful servant. Okay, so he just kneeled down in front of Rama and he is telling that I am just your faithful servant. I would get gladly die for him. Okay, if is there any kind of situation, then I will gladly die for him. Him means for Rama. Oh my lord, I repeated loudly, and what my teacher was saying, you have forgotten to pin your tail. Okay, then backside the teacher was telling that you have forgotten your pin for tail. Now don't be silly, don't be silly, hissed Rama. I am not supposed to have a tail. You have forgotten yours. I touched the spot whenever where the tail should have been. I am sorry, my lord, I said, trying to trying to make up for my mistake. Okay, then she said, I am sorry, that's my mistake. I have forgotten to pin on my tail. Then she has forgotten what? To pin to its tail. Then the teacher now whispered, jump, jump. I shouted, jump. Rama stared at me. Okay. Teacher said, you jump, jump. Then she understand that teacher is telling you speak jump. Actually, teacher was telling to her, you just jump, but she was not jumping. She was speaking that jump, jump. Okay, and Rama stared at me. So Rama had stared at her. Then, realizing my second mistake, I began to jump, and the curtains came down to the sound of laughter. And finally, because of this kind of mistake, slowly and gradually, she realized that okay, teacher is not telling to speak jump, teacher is telling to jump. So that is why she was jumping, and certainly the curtain has fallen. Okay. So the next one, the teacher now whispered, okay, that is over. So here, curtain has fallen, curtain has came down, and with the sound of laughter. There and then, the teacher cut shorter my role, but I had to be on the stage in last act. Okay, till last act she has to be just on the stage. Actually, teacher wants to cut her role. Why? Because she was doing too much mistakes. That is why I was feeling less nervous now and said my lines well. Okay, now she is feeling less nervousness and she was speaking her lines well. I showed Rama's ring to Sita. I showed Rama's ring to Sita to convince her that I was Rama's messenger. Okay, finally she has performed these kind of things. Sita said some beautiful lines about Rama's greatness and how much she missed him. She hid her face in her hands and began to weep. Okay, then finally she was weeping. Who was weeping? Sita. Suddenly, I realized that the teacher was prompting while Sita kept snobbing. So, since Sita was not saying anything, I decided that it was my turn to speak. So, while Sita was not speaking anything, while Sita was actually she was just crying. She was just acting to cry during that time. That Hanuman was thinking that that is her turn, that is his turn. So he told that it is my turn. Okay, suppose he feels that it is his turn. So my beauty is my band. I said grandly, grandly. It is because of my beauty that is wicked Ravana wants to marry me. Okay, so what said Sita looking startled? So what happened? Actually, that lines who has to speak? Sita. But our Hanuman is speaking this line. Okay, that because of my beauty, Ravana wants to marry with me. Who is telling this? Actually, Sita has to speak this. But actually here, in this play, who is speaking? That Hanuman is speaking. Okay, because of her stage fear. Okay, because of her mistake. Then, not you, whispered the teacher. Now teacher is telling, hey, this dialogue is for Sita. You don't speak. I repeated what the teacher whispered. Seeing the startled expression of the whole cast, I bite my tongue, realizing my mistake too late. Okay, now finally she has realized that okay, this is my mistake. Actually, Sita's turn was there, and actually Sita has to speak all these things, but by mistake I have spoken. Okay, who was thinking like this? Hanuman. Okay, Hanuman, our path. Just then, everyone on the stage shouting, Maharaja is coming, Ravana, the great in the here, the great here. Okay, so finally here the Raja has came. So now, just then, everyone on the stage began to shouting, Maharaja is coming, Ravana the Great is here. Okay, so here everybody is shouting. Why? Because the Ravana has came. The great, the Ravana the Great has came. Okay, so now the entry has happened of Ravana. Okay, now I was struck down by the huge figure in 6-inch heels, 6-inch heels. Okay, the Ravana has wear 6-inch heels, which I had known about until that time. Being down on me with with shining sword in his hand. Okay, in his hand there was a shining sword. In whose hand? In Ravana's hand. Okay, he said in a thunderous voice that made me tremble. Who is this funny creature? Who is this funny creature who dares to intrude in my kingdom? So Ravana is telling, who is this creature? Who is this small creature who dares to enter in my kingdom? So I was supposed to answer in a proud voice that I was the son of Pavandev, the wind god, the worshipper of Rama, the immortal Hanuman. Okay, so he has to speak these in a very loud voice, in a confident voice. He has to give the answer. Who has to give the answer? Hanuman has to give the answer that I was the son of Pavandev, the wind god, the the worshipper of Rama, the immortal Hanuman. But Ravana was towering over me. So Ravana was towering over me. Okay, so like this, he was very big now. So he raised his sword, and I screamed in a terror. So finally, Hanuman has feel really very nervous, and he become very terror. Okay, because of terror, he was just like too much in a terror. Then, don't kill me. See, Hanuman is telling, don't kill me. I am not Hanuman. I pulled off my mask. As I spoke. By now, the audience was rolling with the laughter. So all the audience was thinking, all the audience was laughing. Yes, the Hanuman has taken out his mask and please don't kill me. He said like this. So all started to laugh. All the audience started to laugh. The sound of laughter became louder when the infuriated teacher came on the stage and unceremoniously dragged me away. And finally, the teacher has came on the stage, and finally teacher has dragged her away. Okay, so here the story ended. I hope you enjoyed the story. In the next video we are going to the next. Till then you just have this lesson. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Dear students, here you have to complete the new words. Okay, actually you have already written the new words. Bye bye.